Hello, Jeff Fieldtech of Counterpoint Research here in Phoenix, Arizona, attending the Intel Tech Tour. Here are the key takeaways from the event. The highlight of the event was the tour of Fab 52. This is the fab producing Panther Lake, Intel's latest chipset built on 18A technology. Intel Foundry Services has pivoted. In the past, it was a make it and they will come mentality. Now, some fabs have been put on pause until customers and contracts are signed. Despite this, Intel's balance sheet is actually in a much better position than it was a year and a half ago. It has finally secured the remaining $5 billion from the CHIPS Act. It has received a $2 billion investment from SoftBank, $1 billion from the sale of Mobileye. The Altera deal is closing soon for an additional $3.5 billion. And then there was the recent $7 billion investment from the US government. And then last week, there was the $5 billion partnership with NVIDIA. So over the past year and a half, the balance sheet is improved, which will give Intel Foundry Services a longer runway. Slightly disappointing to IFS is 18A does seem to mainly be an Intel product. The first Foundry product appears to be 14A, and 14A is scheduled for ramp up in 2028, with the bulk of products coming late 2028 or into 2029. Two final comments about IFS. Intel has stated that yields of Fab 52 and Panther Lake are improving. Performance of the chip is above expectations. And finally, Intel has impressed potential customers with its RibbonFET, PowerVia, photonics, and advanced packaging technologies. Now, Intel must convert these into wafer purchasing customers. The other highlight of the event were some of the details of Panther Lake. More details will be coming around the CES timeframe, but some hints were given. There's a new focus. The theme of Panther Lake is building a new Intel that is more customer-centric, with AI being the strategic priority. The other highlight of the event were some of the details about Panther Lake. There's a new GPU tile with 12 Xe cores, 12 ray tracing units, and runs at 120 TOPS. There is also a new NPU with 40% increase in performance by area, gen over gen, and runs at 50 TOPS. And finally, the CPU also has large performance per watt advantages, gen over gen, and can run up to 10 TOPS. Panther Lake will have two variants, which will help OEMs scale their portfolios. There will likely be many more details later this fall and at CES about Panther Lake. At CES, we expect many hardware OEMs announcing products with Panther Lake designed in. To date, AI apps have been underwhelming, but within Intel, there's a lot of excitement about agentic AI, when multiple LLMs can be running with an orchestrator or super agent. Then we'll begin to see a lot more interesting agentic AI applications. Intel has made solid hardware advances with Panther Lake that will advance agentic AI. Do follow the Counterpoint website for more details about Intel Foundry Services and Panther Lake. Thank you.